Well, this is just a quick upload to get my opinions out there as to the state of the Kenny Veach search, especially for the new people or the people that might run into it years later and wonder what's the status of the search, what it's like up there. And they heard that people went up, they completely searched the entire area but couldn't find them, which isn't true. So that's why I'm uploading this. It's my opinions. I'm not the dictator of Kenny Veach um, or the search. These are my opinions. Okay. The the area, some areas up there have been searched, but let's first. I want to do this kind of reverse, and let's go to this case um, in South Las Vegas, up in the mountains there that overlook Las Vegas from the south. Now, I don't want to get deeply into it, but I just want to reiterate that time and time again that there is a pattern that the person was right where we were searching. How could we have missed it? Well, this is in small areas where they were searching only basically in a small tiny area compared to Kenny Beach. So there's that pattern where they find people right where they were searching. The other thing is that people leave their wallet and keys, stuff like that, or in Kenny's case, coins and a cell phone. That it's just something people do in their last moments, that they leave their earthly things where they are. Some people even take off their clothes, like Daniel Robinson took off his clothes. And so there's a pattern there as far as suicides. Okay, so let's just look at this one because I don't have the time to do a lavish production of 10 or 20 cases to prove a point. Now this girl went missing apparently for no reason. Well, there was. She was due in court for robbery charges and was depressed, and this was before Christmas, but that's not the point. Okay. Her family tells a climber found them in a remote area and says dental records, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I just want to show a couple key points on Black Mountain. Instead of closure, her family says the discovery brings more questions than answers. Uh, I don't know what happened to my sister. Did somebody hurt her? What happened? Her family says her disappearance has always made little sense to them. They said she didn't really hike, didn't frequent that area. Uh, they also found the detail police gave about her phones and keys left in her car alarming and out of character. Well, one report they were set on top of the car. That doesn't matter. She says it doesn't make sense, said Rauda. After her disappearance, several searches were conducted in the area to find her. They even offered to pay a company. All the searches came up empty handed. I mean, they had dogs, they had helicopters, everything up there. Okay. How come they find her in the exact same spot we were searching? Said Miriam. We got a Red Rock search and rescue search. We got 3 drones. We had 3 kinds of hiking groups, climbers. How come she wasn't seen there? We searched everywhere and she was never found. So it doesn't all add up. Okay, so from looking at other articles, they even said another thing that's common, that, well, somebody must have took her down, kidnapped her, killed her, and then took her back up there, climbed up in the mountains and sticked her up in the mountains to make people think she died hiking. So that pattern is common. And let's see if I can go to Brian Laundrie here real quick. No, I can't. So I'll get to this part. Okay, now let's look at the area up there real quick. Remember, stick with the point. This isn't to cover everything. This is to get the point across that the area, it can't be said that it hasn't been searched, but not very much, maybe 2%. And that includes people hiking trails, me going through the bushes, um, Jay Chuck going all over Hell and Creation. He spends most time up there. So let's just look at this real quick. So there's the mine, and for people such as myself that believe he's close to the mine, that he didn't travel miles and miles this way or any way or up into the top of the hills, even this is it's hard to search. So in other words, the new people see it and they think, well, God, everybody's been up there, and Jay Chuck is always up there, and this Jay Silverheels, God, he sounds really determined and really logical. And so we've gone through all of the hocus pocus theories, and plus now this guy comes along and he's really logical and scientific about it, and he even was determined, and he went up and he couldn't find him. Well, so then they're left feeling like he's not up there. He started a new life. Well, he didn't start a new life. He's up there. It's rare that a person, it happens, but it's very rare that a person starts a new life and goes down to South America and starts a new life. I'm not talking about people running from the law. That's not what I mean. But that's rare. So the area is, I lean towards what I said, that it's virtually on the borderline of being unsearchable. You can go on his paths he took, yes, but especially for someone that said that you'll never find me, well, that doesn't mean he went 50 miles away. All he had to do was do that. He could have went anywhere, parked his car, took a bus or whatever, and went out in the middle of no place and killed himself. But instead, he went up here. So it's not, he didn't get up here, put his phone and keys there, and then go 20, 30 miles this way or that way. No, he's there, but what it is, the area, very little bit of it has been searched. Very, very little has been searched. It's not like what you think. Combined with even on like my paths, that that you could be here and you could go up a little ways over here and go to the side and you'd never be found. Okay, so now let's look quickly at I'll go through the pictures again, because remember, this could be seen years from now or whatever. But the point is, the area has not been searched, and people think, well, now everyone has gone up there and canvassed it, and every inch has been searched. It has not. A small area has been searched, and that's only right on his path that he went. Only a couple people have went up there and pounded the bushes, like me and Jay Chuck. But just look, remember, what you're looking at is a small area. It's close to the mine, and so look at that. He could be anywhere, under bushes, whatever. Look at the ruggedness. You could be here, and then if he wanted to be hidden, he could go up in here and go off over to the side, and he'd never be found. Because on my search or Jay Chuck's search, we can't go up here everywhere we can do. That would take a day just to do this area right here. Look at the trees. He could be anywhere. And now you're dealing with a case, the proverbial, what looks like a soccer ball, a bleached soccer ball, and boots and clothes fading into the grass. So, no, it has not been searched. No, in other words, don't start thinking he started a new life. He didn't start no new life. And Susan Veach and people that think that, well, I don't want to say they're crazy because nobody knows for sure, but they're in a dream world. No, they're not in touch with Kenny Veach. Don't believe that. And they say that, well, Kenny has told us and corresponded with the daughter to let us know he's alive, and but we won't tell people and blah blah blah. That all of that is crap. Look at the ruggedness of the terrain. I'm going to go through these quick. See, he could be there, he could be there, he could be over there, anywhere. This is just one small area. Got it? And so that's for new searchers or even current searchers. Don't start thinking, well, the area has been searched. Therefore, he must have started a new life. And now these new people have gone up, very determined, and they came back empty handed. Now it's definitely that he started a new life and is living up past Mount St. Helens and all that other garbage you hear. That's what it is. It's baloney, baloney. He's up there, but the area is very hard or almost impossible to search.